Whenever life gets too loud, I need to find a forest. Trees are the ultimate listeners of both silent and spoken stories, and I've got too many voices ringing out from my ever-so-functional neurological processes to handle all by my lonesome and solitary confinement. Now, don't get me wrong, company is easy to find, but a receptive presence, no. That's a hot commodity in today's daily grind. I can barely find the time to silently kneel down to pray at my shrine to the divine before bedtime, so stillness to me is more than just a luxury. It's an absolute, uncompromising necessity. Without it, I lose track of that sacred realm of subtle, living energy that is the source of all my thoughts, actions, and feelings. Even more than that, though, the trees themselves remind me of some perennial state of simplicity that carries with it more power than all the world's armies aligned, thrown into a Hollywood movie and dramatized, projected straight into the mind, magnified through all five senses, flown through the synapses until it becomes cognitively intertwined with the very concept of one's self-image. Breathing deeply, the smell of soil and pine is more potent a force to me than all the weapons of mass destruction combined. The definition of an old-growth forest is a forest that has attained great age without significant disturbance, and thereby exhibits unique ecological features and may be classified as a climax community. Sounds pretty heavenly, if you ask me. I think we can all agree climax is pretty sweet. Throwing some sexy blending, reflecting socially stimulating, pleasure-enhancing elements of community. And suddenly, orgasm is more than just a pleasure sensation, life force depleting, reactionary expulsion of energy. Suddenly, it's an ever-changing, rearranging, endlessly engaging state of being. All of nature is making tender love to itself eternally, teaching us the ways to tread softly, to grow wildly, to open up our minds and our bodies to the sprouting seeds of consciousness, drinking in the living waters of peace, dwelling in the spaciousness of the Father and the nurturing embrace of the Goddess, simplifying complex topics, bringing together these mysterious paradoxes by uniting our thoughts and our hearts. This is more than just tree-hugging hippie philosophy. It's a show-stopping experience hosted by this universe that we are alive in, and it's worth more than any cost of admission. But get this priceless, ever-present magnificence is available to us instantaneously when we open up our eyes to see the gift of the forest is all around us and will forever be absolute abundance presented to us eternally. The trees, they're calling me. I can hear them in the breeze whispering, teasing me. Please, please come see us. Your dear friends who need to feel your bare feet on the soil that feeds us. Join us as we reach up through the forest canopy of perennial seasons into the cathedral grove of stillness, breathing, breathless movement into the resting place of completeness. Give us your carbon dioxide sweetness so we can oxygenate your deepest parts and pieces, metabolizing this codependent beingness. Believing is seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, tasting this deliciousness of crystallizing uniqueness. The ever-visible nature nation, always present to its survival of the fittest sense of independence, but seducing that nymphomaniac process of co-creation. Its paradox, having sex with subjective objectifications, that holy menage a trois orgasmic state of negative ion mycelium running EMF cleansing pulsations flowing through all the tissues and sacred spaces, supercharging this biological receiving station until it becomes a living transmission of that blessed, deathless wisdom. Oh, verdant creation. Lead me out of my house of stagnation and into my home of enlightened perception. external manifestations of sublimation and transmutation. Gift me that much-needed cell phone vacation. Remind me the importance of disconnection so that my days and nights can come to rest easily in the nurturing landscape of global environmental habitation. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive my habitual dissociation and thank you for your patience in the face of my procrastination. I can never repay my debt to your indescribably generous and affluent nation, gifting endlessly, transcending generations regardless of reciprocation or lack thereof. My love for you is so far beyond this pathetic poetic expression, but I know you can feel my deeper intention because I'm speaking to the old growth, all my relations, life's unbreakable connections displayed in full view through the most beautiful of manifestations. What more can be said that I meet you on the forest floor and you leave me at the highest of elevations?